we have a problem. Or, well, I do, but I'm bringing you along for the ride because, well, why the freak not? Hi, hello, my name is Fail and all that stuff, but we have 8 hours left to finish this summon rush for this current fusion that I'm going for on this new free-to-play account. She's only about 60 days old, 2 months in, a little over that, and we need to get this final guy right here. Now, we're struggling. At the beginning of the week, I went in and I put all of the different shards that I have and realized that I would not have enough in order to finish the summon rush event. And not only that, I would have to use every single shard that was currently in my summon portal in order to get 3,300 points, and we need 3,500 in order to get the rare. That's a problem. That's not okay. Not only because it would take every single shard that I currently have, but also it would leave me nothing for the champion chase event later on during this fusion. Hold up, now it's time to click my link in the description below so that you can get yourself a free Karato, as well as 3 other insane epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Play and Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato right after signing up, as well as Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. Okay, a couple of quick things. One, if you've ever watched any of my videos before, I just want to apologize for my appearance. I caught some kind of virus this weekend. I was sick a couple of weeks ago too, so it's just been one of those months of just back feeling like crap. It happens, it is what it is, but I'm pushing through and we were getting this done. Secondly, if you hear children in the background, they are not dying, they're not being tortured in a basement. Well, I mean, I rent out a basement, so, and my child lives in it, so, you know, technically, somewhat that could be applied. They're playing video games, okay? Summer has started, it's in full blast, alright? They're playing video games, and while they sometimes sound like they're being tortured to death by the way that they scream and holler while they're playing it, nothing bad is happening to them. I swear, I promise, please believe me. So what I did is I tried to spend the weekend trying to go through and try to find as many shards as I possibly could in order to fill out this point system. I also took advantage of the fact that we have a champion training tournament going on right now, and I used as many mystery shards during that tournament. As you may or may not know, mystery shards could be a huge help during this time because you're trying to gain as many food champions as possible and build out champions. So I tried to use as many mystery shards as possible, tried to find other shards. I was able to find a few. Here are the places where I was able to get them. I was able to get, thankfully, a sacred shard yesterday, which was super freaking helpful because that's worth 500 points, which is a huge difference. I was also able to push a little bit harder during the champion training event, and I got this primal shard system stuffs, these 70 whatever they are, the little shards that you can get, and I was able to get an extra primal shard right here as well, which is way more points than an ancient shard for sure. And then I was able to find a few ancients here and there through spider farming. When I did spider farm, sometimes they drop ancient shards. I also got them through the spider tournament that was going on yesterday. That was one of the event rewards, so I got that through that. And then I also, through champion training, also got another ancient shard. So needless to say, champion training was kind of a saving grace here a little bit. Let me explain a little bit more of why that is. So with all of those extra shards that we were able to get, we have a little bit more wiggle room here. So instead of having to spend all of our shards and not being able to have enough for the full fusion, I have a little bit more to work with. So let's go ahead and input these real quick. So I've got 3, 2, 4, 59. Big difference. And you can see I have less mystery shards, but that's because we spent a bunch of them. In fact, we will go in and put in how many points we were able to get from just mystery shards right now, because these points that I was able to get right here was from mystery shards alone, 670. And I know that seems like a lot more than I had, but you have to remember that through champion training and running up campaign, you gain a lot of mystery shards as well. So even though I only have 397 right now, I had 627, gained more, used a bunch as well. So just be clear, I get that this number is higher than this one, but running up campaign gives you quite a bit of mystery shards. So I was able to spend a bunch, build out champions, food champions, build out enough to get the champion training tournament done, as well as get some great rewards from it, and then was able to get some points from that. So we're currently at 670 current points. We need to make it to 3,500. So let's work this out. We want to try to save our ancient shards for the champion chase tournament if we can, because we can get more points technically-ish. Potentially, it's more of a gamble, but usually what I like to use is my sacred shards for summon rush events, and then use my champion chase to use up any ancients or voids depending on what kind of events are going on at the time. So what we could do is we could play around with this a little bit, because I want to save as many ancients for the champion training as possible. If we use 10 right now, now. That still brings us a little bit short, but we currently have 397 mystery shards. We've used 670 so far, but we have this in our portal right now. So I could use this to finish up to reach that final rare item. And we do have the champion training tournament going on right now. So I could go and run up a bunch of champion training campaign so that I can use up the mysteries and yada yada. Or what we could do is we could use 20 ancients so that we can get to 3450 for our total points, and then we'll only be 50 off. We can just pull 50 of our mysteries. Okay, so that's the current plan of what we're going to do. Oh, so let's go ahead and get into that. I know that was a little bit of a higher. Oh, I would love an Uugo, but I would also love. We already have her. Oh, I'm all over the place. Sure, why not? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. Hopefully we get something good out of this, because I'm working with very, very little here, but the point really isn't like what we get out of the polls that we do. I love him. Sorry. Magnar has my heart. If you've never watched any of my previous videos, I've actually talked about how he was one of my early champions when I first started playing the game. He's an HP hard damage dealing champion. He's freaking awesome. I still use him to this day in my main account, even though there's probably other champions that could easily replace him at this point, but I freaking love him. He's great. He's great for arena. He's great for a bunch of dungeons. He's great for Doom Tower. He's awesome. I love him. I'm super happy with that. Not a Lego, but super happy with it. So totally worth it. I'm so glad we got him. Okay, so there's all of our sacreds. Let's move on to our primals. We only have 2. It's not very likely we're going to get anything great out of this, and I'm going into it with that understanding that this is more like, so again, in a previous video I talked about how I had a clan member. In a previous video I talked about how a clan member kind of mentioned to me, oh, I forgot to set that up. It's fine. It's not likely we're going to get it anyway. But I previously talked about how a clan member had mentioned that it really, oh wait, we have him. No, I don't want him. In a previous video I did talk about how a clan member had mentioned that, and it really stuck with me, that shards are basically like a resource. It's a currency that you're trading for other things. You're trading it for points. You're trading it for being able to do well in a tournament or an event and be able to get points for it. Yes, and that kind of just proved it. We've already pulled all of our big ones. Sacred, Primal, Void. We did get Magnar though. I'm freaking happy about Magnar. I'm gonna do so many great things with that mofo. All right, let's stop there. I think I'm gonna do 20 ancients, but let's double check real quick where we're at with the summon rush. Oh yeah, so we're so close. So we still need 35. We still need 500 points, which is basically where we were at on that little spreadsheet that I showed you. So I think we're gonna do about 20 ancients, and then we're gonna pull whatever mystery shards we need to kind of, you know, offset that. We want to save as many ancients as humanly possible. We want to save as many ancients as humanly possible for the champion chase tournament. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pull these ancients. I want to save them so badly, but I also really want this fusion to get complete for this current account for the free to play, because it's brand new and it's little. So any fusion we're able to get, especially a back-to-back fusion, would be freaking insane. It would be awesome. You know, I was just thinking about it. I wish we had gotten a cold heart with our void pulls, but understandable. All right, looks like we got all freaking rares with our 20 pull for ancients, and that sucks, but I do think it's somewhat relatable. I think that quite a few people will have that same experience as well. So so our math was math, and it looks like we need 50 more points, which we're basically just going to go ahead and do with mystery shards, and we're going to finish up this champion training tournament. I technically already finished it, but maybe we can go for this, even though I'm not going to use it anytime soon, like at all. But I think that we'll go ahead and just put a little more points in this champion training tournament, throw in some more mystery shards, and honestly that can be done easily by just going in and simply getting rid of a lot of these 1-star champions, and then constantly pulling more mystery shards over and over again. It sucks, but that is a way to get it done. Okay, I went and cleared out a bunch of space by putting some champions into the vaults so that I can go through and pull these shards real quick. And again, I'll just go through and simply pull out a bunch of these champions, these 1-star champions, and I'll just do this. All right, we'll top off. We probably could have done a few more points with these mystery shards too, and didn't have to pull quite as many ancients. But my freaking inventory of champions is so freaking full. All right, let's see where we're at. See, look at that. We got it almost perfect. No, we did get it. We got it perfect. All right, awesome. So it's a little bit of a struggle going through and trying to get this freaking champion. And I did have to wait over the weekend to kind of make sure I got a few more shards here and there so that I wouldn't have to spend quite as many ancient shards, so that I can save them for the champion chase event, but it worked out, which makes me super happy. And we got a couple of really good champions. I did notice while we were pulling those, we did get a few champions that are fusible as well, which is super helpful. I put them into my reserve vault so that I can use them later on. Very happy about that. And we got the rare, and I was looking for it in my inventory and I couldn't find it. I was freaking out. It's in my inbox because I'm out of space. But we did it. Summon Rush is done. It was quite the challenge going through and trying to figure this out over the weekend, trying to find all of the random shards. And once again, my daily logins has saved me. There was another time where the daily login saved me with these energy pulls last fusion. I was completely out of energy and I was stressing over using so many gems, and we had like one of these energy pulls come up right in the middle of fusion. It helped us a ton. So thank you so much for watching. We were able to finish our Summon Rush. Nothing too exciting except for the Magnar. The Magnar I'm very excited about. I can't wait to go build him out and use him because I use him a ton on my main account, and I actually think that he's going to be super freaking helpful. Appreciate your time today. I hope that the fusion is going well for you and that you're able to get these brand new fusion that's going on. Hopefully it's not been too stressful, especially if you're more free to play or a newer account. I know that sometimes it can be really difficult. Have an amazing freaking rest of your day. Keep killing it, and I'll see ya.